Hello.
Hey,
Hello. Happy
It looks
Friday.
like we are going live on YouTube, and I'm going to quickly retweet this as well, just to bring people over. And I want to, after we do this, I'm going to share this link on Reddit later today with a list of all the proposals we talk about. So if anybody's watching this later, because you find this link on Reddit, hey, we're Gimbalabs. My name is James. Team, you want to say what's up?
Hello, what's up? My name is Roberto.
Hey, my name is Piotr.
Hi everyone, long time no see each other. My name is Giovanni, if you don't remember me.
Holy moly, it's good to have you back.
Thank you. Glad to be
State
back.
quartered.
Yes.
This week's update. Just doing a quick tweet.
Is Restream not tweeting now?
Oh, it did tweet. I just retweeted it with a little caption.
Okay.
And we should be live on YouTube as well.
We are live on Twitter.
All right,
Just
so
check.
hey, I took the liberty of throwing an image on the screen instead of our typical title slide here. Dandelions are one of our core metaphors. And Roberto, one of my favorite things you said early when we were getting to know each other is how humble a flower the dandelion is. And you chose this name for a reason. So what is it about dandelions?
Yeah, so I'm not a good poet, but I always try to visualize. I'm a very visual, imaginative person. So I thought about this metaphor of the dandelion, which is probably not the most beautiful flower, but it's one of those that spread. It sits very far away, like in a butterfly effect fashion. That's what I was looking for this project, that we can open source some software that can spread all over the world and make these API deployments a network in the end. Because from growing flower, how many others will burn? We don't know, but probably some.
And for me, that's the thing, you'll never know.
Right?
There's you can't control dandelions. I've tried. You just can't do it. I guess you could spray chemicals on them, but who wants to do that? And this is the thing. It's so far beyond our control. I just love this image so much, and this is so very much what we're trying to do. But we have another guiding metaphor here at Gimbalabs as well. All right. So welcome to Weekly Update number 36. It's Friday, the 8th of October. And this is our other guiding metaphor. This right here is a gimbal, right? They're used in film. And, but when I remember being younger and always trying to walk around with a camera and try to make a stable image. And I could never understand how on TV they got such stable images. But it's because they have tools for that. Like gimbals, for example, that keep a camera level and an image steady. And the reason we call ourselves Gimbalabs in particular is the more general definition of a gimbal is one of these rings that you might see in a gyroscope, this kind of self-balancing tool. And if you interconnect three of them in the right way, you get 360-degree motion. But what's really cool about gimbals is that Girolamo Cardano, or Jerome Cardan, as you see him named in this picture, the namesake of the Cardano protocol, was the 16th century mathematician who specified what a gimbal is. And so this is our, we're all really impressed and inspired by the deliberate naming conventions across Cardano, and calling ourselves Gimbalabs is a testament to that, and our our idea of how to kind of join in that story. But what gimbals do, in addition to providing stable motion, last picture, is they provide scaffolding. And anybody who's ever lived in a city is familiar with scaffolding, right? It helps us build stuff. And as a teacher, scaffolding is actually one of the words I used all the time when I was in the classroom. It's just the teaching idea of providing support to get a learner to where we want them to be. And gimbals provide scaffolding, right? So we have these two metaphors: scattering dandelion seeds, having no idea where they're going to go, but we're also not cutting people loose without support. We want to provide a level of support so people can get to where they want to be. And I'm just so proud that these are our guiding metaphors, and it's been really invigorating to see them come to life over the last few months. What do you think? How's that for a photo essay?
That's I mean, that's our spirit, right? That's what somehow bond us, you and me, James. You had an awesome list of principles on your workshop, maybe website, about talking about open source and how to provide this scaffolding with open source tooling for other people to build further. You know, that's what we pursue every day. You with the Bluetooth PPBL, Bluetooth project-based learning, you are building an awesome library of Bluetooth contracts or Bluetooth libraries. I myself, along with Giovanni, some other people, I just discovered today that we have another secret contributor in our repository that opened an issue. I need to contact him. We provide a scaffolding for infrastructure, so you can bootstrap Cardano infrastructure easily. You know, it's our goal. It's greater than our projects, right? When you write open source software, and I'm gonna say free, libre, open source software that you can use freely. It's not just about releasing the code. It's about allowing people to build, modify it, build further from it. It's about freedom. It's about providing freedom and tools for others to grow, because that's what Cardano is aiming for with this economic, with this financial open operating system, right? It's about empowering people with these tools to build their own economies or build their own systems in the Cardano infrastructure, and we can see it as an scaffolding somehow. We take all those metaphors and all those principles and apply them to our daily job. That's what I try to do.
Yeah. We don't know where it's going, but we will help get there. Yeah, it's this feeling of giving up that control. It's such a blessing to be on this with everybody. So, we wrote our mission this way. We want to mobilize everyone to develop tools and applications through an experience of co-creation, right? This has to do with that project-based learning idea that Roberto mentioned, that facilitates adoption of Cardano and also beyond, right? Decentralized and distributed technologies in all their forms. And we know that we need to reveal possibilities to people so that they can understand the potential of these tools before we set them off into the world to go wherever they will. And we envision and we see this world beginning to come to life right now, where people are empowered to solve problems using the Cardano protocol. It's not about adopting a blockchain or buying a cryptocurrency and stopping the story there. This is a problem-solving platform. And if we do it right, it's going to help to solve problems. But that can only be done when people come together and put in the effort to make these possibilities come to life. And so this week we're focused on Project Catalyst. It's voting time. What an exciting time! You know, we get 2 weeks, 4 times per year, to vote on projects that are going to help drive the Cardano ecosystem forward. And this round, I should have looked up the number. How many different challenges are there?
I think it was at least 12, 18. I cannot remember. It was more than a dozen.
It used to be 1 or 2, and now it's too many to count. Right?
Yeah.
It's a variety of different questions that we as a community have the opportunity to address. And so Gimbalabs has these 3 kind of just developer ecosystem high-level proposals. And what you'll see on all of the slides that follow is the names of proposals and the challenges in which you can find them. So you can look these up for yourself. And when it comes time to vote, you can decide to support these proposals if you want to support us to build this world that we're talking about. So we have 3 different proposals in developer ecosystem. Long story short, we know we need more people who can build the tools that we need to deliver on our intentions. So we have a proposal where we're taking current devs and helping them learn how to build on a blockchain stack. Piotr's writing the book on this right now. He's jumped in as a front-end developer and has learned so much about integrating. I don't know if you want to be put on the spot here by saying a word or 2 about what kind of work we're doing.
Of course. So I'm learning a lot from many smart people here at Gimbalabs. I learned a lot about what is a wallet, how to create a transaction or via the terminal, and many more great opportunities to work together and create something that will help people, right? So I'm really enjoying my time at Gimbalabs for sure. So.
Oh man, we love having you here. Thanks for spending the time, and we're so excited. We've given some previews of some of the stuff we're building, and it's really exciting to see that we have the ability to release these things over the next few months. The Plutus PBL program Roberto mentioned. PBL stands for Project-Based Learning, and we are funding developers to work full-time learning Plutus and building general use tools that are going to benefit the entire community. And finally, building network capacity. This is both a technical and a human problem. What we want to do is make it more accessible for people to come in and become builders in this network. So all 3 of these will directly fund developers to get better at building on Cardano. There's one more proposal in the Fund 6 developer ecosystem that is a direct Gimbalabs proposal. And this one is Dandelion Daemons. And I'll hand it off to Roberto for this one.
All right. So first of all, I want to explain a bit why daemons are the name for these dandelion components. It's again a reference to something that it's hidden in our Linux, or I should say Unix systems. Daemons are these background processes that are essential to the operating system that takes care of networking, time synchronization. You know, your graphical interface are essential services running on the operating system, and in the same way, Dandelion will need some services for a testing reputation between for the nodes in the network, communicating between networks, routing traffic between nodes, and that's what this proposal is all about. Starting the research and starting building a team that can take ownership of these daemons that will take care of the garden of or the gardens. So yeah, we've proposed to start a team of 3 people, and that's it. It's a 3 months roadmap which we have planned. It will involve a lot of research and development. So if there is any distributed systems engineer listening to this, or you might know one, please tell them about this project, and let's see if they are interested in collaborating, because we need help.
And just to add a couple of things here, like we've been very busy, myself, Roberto, and the team, with the head down, building Dandelion, fixing and working with all the quirks of the Cardano APIs, and our head was just like down and working. Now for the first time, we are raising the chin and we are looking further away at the horizon, right? So the daemons that is nothing to do with like the fears or the nightmares, but this is just like an IT component. These are the things that we now can start to think about them, because we worked so hard so far in building the infrastructure, the ground layer, the ground layer, the foundations of what is coming next. So now that we have possibility of just start breathing and look ourselves around, we need to start the exploring. We need to start the actual networking, and this is the first step to do so. Is going to be challenging. We are setting the bar high, so this is no joke. We're going and trying to go and get it. So if you're a go-getter, come and get it with us. So just touch base, hit me up, hit Roberto up, and yeah, we're gonna get this thing. We're gonna get this thing going, definitely. And the foundations are there, and yeah,
it's truly revolutionary. You guys have come so far in making it possible for an individual person to run a Dandelion node. And the reporting that you've been able to build, the monitoring, it's unbelievable. And this next piece here, I mean, I have this image in my head of daemons running around collecting dandelion seeds. Am I getting that right? They kind of go out there and they gather them so that we can distribute the load across the dandelion network that will one day exist. And this is such an essential piece of it.
Yep. So last final note is that we've built our individual gardens, but this is the next step is to build a collective, beautiful planetary garden. That's where these daemons will take care of us a bit, automating stuff.
Oh, it's so exciting. Kyle sends his love today, and he has built an amazing team of folks putting together the different Cardano Sharp libraries. So there's a list of Cardano Sharp proposals here. I think a lot of these are self-explanatory, and I encourage you to, there was town hall about 2 weeks ago where Kyle presented a little demo. And the key thing here, like a lot of the work we're doing, this is work that's going to happen anyway, right? I mean, and it's an interesting thing about Catalyst. We're going to move forward with this work. It's going to be a lot more painful if we don't have funds to support people to do it. But we are a team that's just so committed to creating these things. So minting, for example, Kyle's been working on this, right? He absolutely ought to be able to fund the team for this, and it didn't stop him. Right? So it's just so incredible. I hope I'm not like damaging the possibility of people voting for this by saying this, right? But this is the level of commitment that Kyle and the rest of us bring to this work. So I encourage everybody to look at the details of each of these and to kind of begin to understand the role that each of these libraries can play in bringing about real utility. What would you add to that? What are some key things we should point out?
Oh, I'm just hesitant to be able to play with the Unity and Unreal engine, and literally play. Those libraries will allow us to develop games connected to Cardano, and
So
again, give it a twist to what NFTs mean by backing them to not just art but some other assets. It's gonna be great.
Much more to come on that topic. Kyle, Vince, and team, we love you guys, and thank you so much for building these tools.
I just wanted to add one word about the .NET stuff. Is in case of the .NET libraries, Cardano Sharp is not a matter of if, it's more a matter of when, because it wasn't one day that Kyle announced that he had the 70% of the signing stuff done, and then one day later we started to see pull requests, forks, adopted in this project, adopted in that project. So there is already lots of traction in here. When you say, I don't want to damage the figure and the possibility of getting this project funding, it's also a matter of funding the pace and the quality. We know that the quality is going to be the same, but at what pace, at what speed are we going to achieve this? And I think the team has definitely capacity to grow, and in order to increase the pace without damaging the quality. So if you guys want to contribute to making this project better, stronger, but also faster, that's when the funds are going to be helping us.
And Kyle is directly growing the number of developers, right?
Yeah.
Like he's bringing new people in all the time, and there's people he's known in just the web development community for years, and he's been able to express to them, here's why Cardano matters. And then they start building, and then they really make it their own. Yeah, it's unbelievable, the power. And I agree, right? The sooner we get these funded, the sooner these will be in people's hands, and we'll start seeing that real utility that we're talking about. Nice catch, partner.
No problem at all. And I think now it comes my turn. So when we talk about Dandelion, we talk about also pollination, right? And Dandelion has so far helped me and another couple of teams building projects that wouldn't be there now or wouldn't be at that development stage just yet. And so here comes my proposal that of a platform that is already actually using massively, largely Dandelion and the Hilltop API that I'm currently developing on top of Dandelion. It's called the project is called the Stakeboard. Also this one is going to go ahead regardless of the funding. But of course, quality and velocity is going to be affected in delivering this thing. And this project is it has an object the connection or create a trusted connection between delegators and SPO that is currently completely lacking and missing. We can't use our wallet. We can't receive notification from stakeable operators to our wallet from the pool that we are delegating to. And this platform has the goal of it's going to be developed around three things. It's going to be focusing on connection. So connection of exactly in terms of communication between delegators and SPOs. It's going to be trusted and verifiable because we are using state-of-the-art mechanisms like the CIP 022 of Andrew Westberg for verifying SPOs. So it's not going to be me on Twitter saying, hey, I am the SPO of EasyOne. Come to me, right? This is going to be verifiable. This is going to be verified. The second thing is, so this leads into connection, so this leads into trust. And then there is going to be also, of course, education and opportunities. With education, because Stakeboard will be also portal for aggregating the documentation and the educational material that is being developed by individual SPOs. We want one-stop shop to collect all those things, possibly translating into multiple languages, because this is one of the barriers that needs to be overcome. Not everybody speaks English. Like if you look at the world, we're only a small group of people. And the last one is opportunities, because we're talking about financial systems. We want to know about projects. We want to know more about them, and again, in a trusted way. So Stakeboard is also going to be, for all the delegators, an opportunity to learn not only about Cardano, but all the ecosystems around it. So things like FISO, ISO, they can finally be seen with the keen eyes and not with worried eyes. It's going to be a scam. Is it going to be good? Is this a legitimate stake pool or is it not? Stakeboard has this very, very high dream. You want to achieve this very complicated thing. The tools and the technical things are all there. We only have to slowly build it for creating the next stage of staking experience. Sorry, I went so on.
Oh my gosh, no, dude. And just as a casual user of what you've already built so far on Hilltop and Stakeboard, it's just so elegant. Your ability to deliver complicated things in an easily digestible package is unparalleled, and I'm so grateful that you're putting these tools out into the community.
Yeah, man. As SPO, I just need to say thank you for building these tools that will allow us to differentiate our stake pools from the bigger players that have that marketing teams, communications, make competition a bit hard to the individual operators that are building libraries and tools like you and me.
Let's not forget that this is for everybody, right? Also, the multiple owners will benefit out of it, and we will reduce. There is this case of MELD 4. Now, everybody has its own opinion about MELD, but these are players that are always going to be into the. I'm not going to judge. It's far from me, but of the 6 or 7 pools, there was this MELD 4, and it wasn't legitimate. So Stakeboard helps fixing this. Mm-hmm. So. Not legitimate copycat scammers will be called out if Stakeboard becomes successful. Mm-hmm. And hopefully this is going to also help taking ADA from exchanges and delegate to community pool by education. This is a 360 project. This is not a fight against multiple owners. We're actually going to be helping them. This is going to be crazy, but we're going to make the whole experience better. We're going to be educating. We're going to be providing the tools to make, again, staking. We're going to be bringing staking to the next level, right? User experience. Staking this directly from Stakeboard. Forget about, Nami Wallet. We're gonna, if your ROI wants, you have the extension in your browser and you're in Stakeboard, you like a stake pool that you like, just go click delegate without doing anything else, right? Ranking, ROA, ROS. Do we necessarily think about this? Do we need to know about this? Or is there a pool that matches my ideas, matches my values, the charity or whatever, my values again? I want to delegate to those guys. I know maybe I'm going to sacrificing a little bit my rewards, but is it going to make the ecosystem more balanced, more different, more inclusive? It's going to be having a positive environmental impact. So these are the things we want to achieve at Stakeboard. So this is no walk in the park. This is going to be a very, very important, big project. But
ADA only has value if the Cardano network is healthy. And if we don't uphold a healthy network, everyone loses. But if we have a healthy, well-distributed, decentralized network, that is the value of this thing, right? and you're helping to contribute to ensuring that we keep that healthy network that we need. It's so mission critical. It goes beyond any individual.
Amazing.
Yeah, so thanks again, Giovanni. We have a couple of Scale Up Cardano's Community Hubs proposals. Victor Corsino and I are collaborating with Brazil and the United States. We want to start having hackathons at local universities. And, you know, in both of the towns where we happen to live, city leaders are often worried about college graduates leaving these places to go work in some bigger cities. Brain drain, we call it, right? And so I see this as not only a chance to engage young people who are starting their working careers and have absolutely heard about blockchain, and many of them have heard about Cardano at this point, but they're looking for their entry points. And we want them to know about Catalyst. We want them to start working to make their dreams come true. And then we want to be able to turn around and talk to city leaders and say, look at this hub that we're starting to build here, and this political problem that we're helping to solve, which in turn will lead to bigger and better conversations about adoption with maybe the more established crowd, right? These people who aren't getting out of college right now have their own ideas about how a place works. So we're really, really excited to get that one going. Matthias, one of the PPBL team members, is also working on a Cardano program in South Los Angeles. I recommend looking that one up. Gosh, there's a lot more to say about a lot of these, but I recognize that we want to manage our time too. There's a bunch of trust and reliability proposals. So what you can see is that I've placed the challenge that you can find these in, whether it's scaling up the DeFi ecosystem, dev ecosystem, or emerging threat alarm. These are some different proposals from across our community that will build levels of trust and reliability, right? And I think Stakeboard could have gone on this list, right? These are all projects that are going to help people have a higher level of trust and understanding for the tools that are coming online right now. I think all of these deserve more time. Anything stand out from this list? Yeah, this is the voter, you know, this is, as time goes by, we're experimenting with how much to kind of plant seeds in the minds of voters, but also, you know, we hope that voters will take their responsibility and go check out some of these and find out what really resonates with you. But if you're in a hurry, trust our endorsement that these projects right here are worth it. From elsewhere in the Gimbalabs community, we have several more developer ecosystem challenges. Roberto, I know we're pretty excited about this one, right?
Yeah, Koyos is work from the guild community, which I have shouted out tons of times. Are the builders behind the CN tools, which are these tools to easily deploy stake pools. Without those tools, probably Cardano network will be orders of magnitude lower in number of stake pools, because it's a challenging task, and they are doing the same with the API they are building for Koyos that I'm planning to incorporate as it is on Dandelion, because Dandelion is not going to be just about the official input-output APIs, but also other work that is being done in the community. And you know, not only about Cardano, maybe some sidechains, and I'm teasing here, but you know, the way I'm imagining Dandelion, it's a network of networks that you can choose to deploy whenever you decide to plan your Dandelion. You could choose okay, I'm gonna deploy GraphQL or I'm gonna deploy Curious API and participate of that network too, just because we plan to develop all the templates for all those, because we will be using them on some other projects. So yeah, I love that one. And I could say the same. I love that one for Game Changer, which is a wallet that I used to call it the wallet for the people, because it puts in the hands of everybody the abilities of the Cardano protocol, like, okay, multi-output transactions or NFTs. So you can mint tokens, and you can now mint ID NFTs, which are a proof of concept we put together for the Cardano Summit here in my city. You can use those to log in a website. I can share the links for the open source portal we put together. And yeah, this wallet, it's all about empowering people. So again, it's a project that really resonates with our principles, that we are supporting with Dandelion as a backend. Yeah, just can say I love it. And I could say the same for the next one, but I will let you speak about it.
Right. Well, and I'm looking at A's comment, right? I agree, right? There's so much going on in Catalyst, and I've been talking to some folks who have been in Catalyst since the early days, and this feeling of, oh, I used to be able to wrap my mind around the entire project, and now I can't anymore. There's too much going on, right? So, whether you're a proposer, a community advisor, or a voter, everybody's time is limited, right? But we hope that we're guiding you towards like thinking about some of the things that really matter. And what we're trying to do here is just highlight projects from within our community and those that we really see as having this potential to scatter seeds and to support growth as time goes by. And so Vincent's visual DAO framework, similar thing, right? How many people on the planet know what a DAO is? Right? I know what the letters stand for, but do I really know what it feels like to be part of a DAO? Do I really know what it feels like to build one? No way. And anybody who tells you they do, they're probably hiding something. Okay, so we have a lot to learn together. And this proposal is about helping us all do that in a better way. And we visualize what a DAO is and how it works together, right? Game Changer, the people's wallet or the onboarding wallet, it's such an amazing educational tool. So what's an obvious next step? Well, let's make sure that everybody who speaks languages that aren't English can use it to learn and make some progress onboarding into Cardano. And finally, we also have to be really innovative. And so Marta has this proposal, a passive interface pair that takes a really unique approach to thinking about identity, okay? And she's done a lot of research all over the world with different groups of people and how kind of you can build up trust and security. We definitely recommend that people take a look at that. There's so many different approaches necessary towards building widespread adoption. Finally, I mentioned the Plutus project-based learning team, and we are looking to fund more developers directly by some of the general Gimbalabs proposals, but also you can support some of our developers by supporting their proposals here. So Sam has a proposal called Food Origin. I recommend reading this. It's, the title is kind of self-explanatory, but he lives in India, a country where there's a lot of people and there's a lot of food, and the food doesn't always find people, right? We know this is a problem across the planet Earth. We have enough food that nobody should ever be hungry, but we need to build better systems to ensure that food gets to where it needs. Sam and the team are working on that. Matthias and Eli and Ganesh have a few different proposals here. Win-win dispute resolution. This is right, supporting everybody to grow up together by thinking about new ways to play positive sum games, and not just to seek what's the word, like punishment, right? But to seek dispute resolution, bringing people together. When I was in the classroom, we did a lot of work with what's called restorative justice, which is not about punishing kids. It's about giving them a chance to talk about what happened and why and how to make amends for it. And, you know, sometimes we would get into arguments with folks who thought this was a soft approach. You need to punish people. But the data speaks for itself. This is not about being soft or being nice. It's about a data-based approach to what actually yields better outcomes. Okay, so I definitely recommend, if you've never heard of peer mediation or restorative justice, do look these up and then give win-win dispute resolution a read, and you'll see that some of these ideas are really being expressed well there.
It's all about positive peace building.
I mean, what else is there, right? We've all been lied to that you have to fight and kill and win, and those are all lies. It's just not true, right? We all get further when we build each other up. And again, this is not a loosely held position. This is truth. We know it, but somehow we've built a world where we don't live this way all the time. So it's really exciting to see these tools already being used in these ways. Matthias and the team, you can check out. Actually, I'm not sure how to say it. Is this a 2-syllable word or a 1-syllable word right here? How should I say it?
I don't know.
Forgot to ask him. But be sure to check out their marketplace creator. They're thinking about ways to make it easier to know who you're sending data to by creating gravatars. Randall is working on, this is another Matthias and team proposal, just thinking about how we will certify and prove the identity of mediators in, for example, a win-win DApp. I kind of went quick through that because I know we're a little short on time, but does anybody have anything to add there?
No.
All right. So, hey, we'll keep this, the end simple. What are your next steps? Well, I hope it's obvious. It's time to go vote, right? Make sure to look up these challenge categories that we laid out here in some of these proposals. There's a bunch of links in the YouTube notes to this video already, and I'll organize them by challenge later on. I just wanted to be sure to splash them on the screen before I ran out of time. And come join us, build with us. We have playground meetings on Tuesdays. Plutus PBL holds office hours on Wednesdays. We do a live Plutus development session on Thursdays. And of course, I forgot to put the Dandelion Gardeners meeting on here. What day is that?
That's also Tuesdays, and it's 19 UTC, 19 UTC.
And you can go read this book, because whenever A recommends a book, it's a good policy to read it a little bit. So thanks for this.
Well,
all right. Hey, thanks for hanging out today. Anybody watching this now or later? Giovanni, Piotr, Roberto. Much love to you guys.
thank you.
Thanks for building. And hey, Steve. All right, y'all. Hey, go support people, go support each other, scatter those seeds, and let's see what we can make. We'll see you next time.
Let's do it.
Thanks.
Have a
Thank you very much, guys.